We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, trying to retest key resistance levels. And in today's volatility, our SPY buy at 9:55 a.m. sent out a bull indicator. And from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, fighting to hold support back above 420. And we're going to talk about the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow, what's going on with the inflow versus outflow, and bull and bear indicators. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run today was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run today was from our AMD bot. Our AMD bot at 10 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, bull strength on 42 vision, and call options went up 120% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump to these charts. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from the dip area of white with red borders on 42 vision to the rip area of bright green bars in today's volatility. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, under a bull indicator at the 420.13 area to be exact here. And it's been holding up throughout today's volatility. You could see it pulling back here, back below 422, but it is still fighting to hold itself up in this staircase effect and above the 420 area here so far on the 30-minute chart, under that bull indicator, and a full transition from the dip area to the rip area. Definitely something to not ignore, and it's still at dark green bars even though it has red borders, right? The next piece missing would be a possible bear indicator and red bars popping up to continue the transition downwards. But right now it is fighting to stay above 421, above 420, and it's rejecting off the 422 area here multiple times in the volatility here into the end of the day. But like I stated, it's still holding up that staircase effect here so far on the 30-minute. Now, if we go ahead and zoom into the volatility, we could see here on the 15-minute chart, it has not actually confirmed yet. It still has 4 more minutes to go, but a bear indicator has popped up here at the dark green bars with red borders. The next piece would be red bars and then white with red borders, but it was under a bull indicator since the first half of the day down here at the 419.27 area. And again, another full transition from the dip area to the rip area and fighting to hold itself up above 420 and 421. But this is going to be crucial and critical to watch in the volatility going into the after hours and into tomorrow if this bear indicator pops up and confirms. You see how it's pulling back upwards and it went away. It still has 4 more minutes to confirm. If not, it will not confirm. Things will continue to hold this bull indicator, and I'm going to be watching that very carefully here into the second half of the day, and especially in the volatility going into tomorrow and how that pairs up with the inflow versus outflows, which we're going to take a look at in just a moment. Now, if we zoom out and look at this from the 1 hour, we could go ahead and see here a bull indicator has popped up for the first time since the bear indicator up here at 435. Full transition from the rip area up here of bright green bars to multiple dip areas of white with red borders. And so far, a bull indicator popped up at the 421.18 area. And that's where things are trying to bounce here in the second half of the day, right? Not that far off of it, where the bull indicator popped up, and it's back up towards the 421.40 area so far in the volatility here again in the end of the day. Second half almost going into the after hours. So definitely something to not ignore there is that a bull indicator in the bigger picture has popped up. And again, we're going to align that with the inflow versus outflows in just a moment to see how things are looking. Now, if we zoom back in, since things are pulling back down towards 421.16 and a little bit below that area where the bull indicator popped up on the 1 hour, which was 421.18, we could see the bear indicator popping up again, but it needs to close and confirm. It has 2 more minutes to go. But again, I'm going to be watching that very carefully here going into the second half and going into tomorrow. Now, what are the key levels I'll be watching? Well, the first thing is support, guys, and we're going to take a look at what's going on with the inflow versus outflows. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, under inflows back above the midpoint, right? After they've been below for the last 2 days, back on Thursday and Friday, it is back under inflows, back above the midpoint, and now the outflows have began here in the second half pretty sharply on the 30-minute chart, and it is still under a bull indicator, but it has transitioned. As I stated earlier, the next piece would be missing, would be red bars, and then a possible bear indicator and outflows crossing over to signify even further weakness here into these charts, right? Pretty big rejection up here at 424. Definitely something to not ignore. It hit it 2 times before starting to pull back sharply. And here it is, almost erasing everything it's gained, but still a staircase effect here if it could continue to hold and use any of these levels above 420 as support and get these inflows to switch from red to green and back up, staying above the midpoint. That's going to be crucial to not ignore. Now, in the bigger picture on the 1 hour, inflows cross back over and currently sitting at the 1.84 area. And if we zoom into the volatility of the 15-minute, we could see that outflows just crossed over on the 15-minute chart, and we could see it here transitioning into red bars, and a possible bear indicator may have popped up. Definitely something to not ignore here in the volatility. Now, what are the key levels I'll be watching? Well, the first thing is support, guys. And if these outflows continue to the downside and roll that weakness over into the 30-minute, the first support I'll be watching is the 420 area. Then below that is 418. And if that gets broken through and these outflows on the 30-minute cross over to the downside and start to dominate as well, then I'll be watching the 415 area. Now, to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to level off, come back up, switch from red to green, cross back over, roll that strength over here into the 30-minute, stop it from being red as well, stay above the midpoint and turn green. And the first resistance is the 422.50 area. Then above that, I'll be watching the 424 area. And based off the history of the chart, the next area of resistance I'll be watching is the 426 area. So these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial, and the inflow versus outflows, I would not ignore them, especially how close they are here on the 15-minute. And as always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.